Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsor.
At InDigital, we know that public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESINet goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Have you ever met a 911 professional and asked, what's the worst call you've ever taken? Well, here's your answer. I heard your last breath the night you flipped your four-wheeler. I tried to call you the day you committed suicide by driving your car into a tree. Blue face, cold to the touch. I helped you with CPR after you found your infant face down, not breathing. It messed me up. I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough. You were with me from the beginning, Grandma. 27 years later, I took the 911 call when you died. How fitting to be there for me in the beginning, and I was there for you in the end. I miss you, Grandma. I am 911. This is but a glimpse into the world of emergency dispatch. But what is it really like to answer a call during someone's nightmare? What is the impact on the first responder answering the call? From Titletown Publishing, and available on Amazon or where you purchase your favorite books and ebooks. Imagine listening. Your worst day is our everyday.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back. It is Open Mic Live time. So I posted that I was going to be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern time like I usually do. However, the plug that I use, this Cam Link, I've had it for 4 years, and it has finally decided to take a shit on me. So, So it's gone. I need to get another one. Luckily, I had a backup. So I bought this a couple months before the pandemic and everything went to hell. And I bought a backup one just in case, because my thought was that everyone was going to start streaming and stuff because everything was getting shut down and everything. And I'm glad I ended up getting a backup one, because that's basically what ended up happening. So I will finally be replacing this. Oh, man. It has been a week. It has been something else, and I am excited to be here with all of you. As always, this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, a leader in next-gen core services. A big shout-out to subscribers, as always, and all of you who are watching, listening, supporting, sharing, all of that good stuff. Thank you so very much. I am fresh back from Colorado. That's right. Man, since the beginning of April, I've been on back-to-back trips. Like, it has been nonstop, man, all the way up until when I got back just a few days ago. Woo! Ric Flair, man. Yeah, that's basically how it's been. And like I said, I'm excited to be here with all of you. I see a lot of folks over here joining in on Instagram as well. And also, I don't usually do open mic live on LinkedIn. But I accidentally clicked LinkedIn, so it's on there right now. So if you are on LinkedIn, hello, how are you? Hello to everyone. I hope you're doing well. Amy, what is going on, Amy? Hello, hello. As always, for Open Mic Live, what we do is we also check in with each other. So how are you doing? How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being shitty, of course, right? And 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? Dude, I'm at like a 9 already coming in. Coming in at a 9 today has been an excellent one. And we've got a lot to talk about, okay? A lot to talk about today. Steffi, hello. What is going on? Coming in at a 9. Excellent. Also, where are you watching from? Roll call. Where are you at? I'm out of Indiana. Jonathan, what's up, dude? Coming in over here on Instagram. How's it going? Joyce is at a 6. 6 is still good. What is going on, my friend? Let's see if we can get it up there a little more. I always like at 5, right? That middle spot. And even if the number doesn't go up or anything, as long as it stays the same and doesn't go down, that is awesome. Because for Open Mic Live, what we do is we take an hour out of our time. Sometimes it goes a little over, right? Out of our time to forget about the bullshit that's going on in the world and just be here together. Just talking, sharing stories, laughing, whatever it may be. And it's not always funny 911 stories. Sometimes it's personal stories or other things that are going on, or some of my trips where things just go crazy and, stuff like that. So either way, I am happy to be here with all of you. Got Char coming in here. Hey, Ricardo, tuning in from my yard at a solid 8.5. Hell yeah, playing fetch with my doggo during the show out of Alberta, Canada. Yeah, what is going on, my friend? Welcome. Jeff, what is up? Coming in at a 5 from Cambridge, Ohio. All right, let's see if we can get that number up at least one more. Or again, as long as it stays the same, that is all good. Chad, what is going on? Good evening. This is going to be fun. I enjoy being here with all of you. This is good. Amy tuning in from Connecticut, about a 6. All right. And let's see. Joy says, I told you about the squirrel, right? I don't remember. I don't believe so. No, I don't think you did. Tell me. Put it in there. Put it in there. Tell me about the squirrel. So, like I said, I'm fresh back from Colorado. I've got a lot of stuff to share here. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go down the line, man. I'm going to go down the line. But what I want to say too, though, is so episode, let's see, 547 went out yesterday, and that was with Kat out of Riverside Sheriff's out of California. Such a good episode as well, man. Please make sure to check it out. It is awesome, Kat. I loved having you on, and you're just a great human. Damn it. I loved having you on there. It was so much fun. When I was going through the editing process and all, I just was cracking up at a lot of stuff. And then of course, some of the tougher stories, or, it was just all really good. And thank you for what you do. Shar says, Joyce, well, now you have to share with all of us. Jamie coming in. What is going on? Hey. Yeah. All right. Let me look over here at my notes. So episode 548 is, wait, Jamie says, gotta bounce. Hubby is home and gotta spend time with him. All right. Tell hubby we all said hello. Enjoy your time. Episode 548 is coming out, and usually it's out. I put it out to patrons and subscribers of the podcast a week early, but because I've just gotten back, I'm catching up on that. And actually, I believe the next episode is going to be an Imagine Listening episode, but that's going to be an Imagine Listening episode back from March. And that one is going to be from the ranch. Man, there's a lot of stories that came out of that ranch. So stay tuned for that one. That one is going to be excellent. They're all excellent, right? They're all excellent. But I've got about 14, maybe 16 Imagine Listening episodes on top of all of the other episodes as well. So I've got tons of them. Hey, hold on a minute. Jamie says, he is my rock in this thing called life. Yes. And she goes, I don't want to go. Oh, it's up to you. I'm not saying shit. That is up to you. And Chad says, have a good day off tomorrow, Jamie. So episode 548 going to be coming out. And with as many as I have, man, I'm pretty close to episode 600. Like, holy crap. That is going on there. I think the next thing that I have coming up, I'm pretty much home for the rest of going into June and everything, except for the last week of June. I will be at National Nina. So if you are going to be there, make sure to check it out. And hold on a minute. Let me look back over here at what Joyce has. Excuse me. Joyce says, while I was in Florida, my husband walked the dogs. One of them got loose before the door closed, and my dog chased it, and it ran in my house. He brought them back in, and wait, what? He brought them back in, and the badass outside, and the other dogs ran into one cage and panicked as the squirrel ran through the house and jumped in a cooling pan. What? Of red beans on the stove. He had been that he had that he had been hoping to enjoy. Now he says the squirrel he named Beans. He sees when he comes home from work. I'm sorry for your husband, man. I shouldn't laugh, but that's hilarious. Because I can just imagine something like that happening to me as well, being here with my kids and stuff. And like, so kind of funny. I was getting my camera and everything out of the car, and I saw a chipmunk outside. Now, nothing happened or anything, it ended up running away, but we were just like at a standoff, just staring at each other. And then I went to get my phone out to take a picture and took off, dude. So I could see something like that happening to me, but damn, oh, those poor beans. Like, dude, I can feel his pain. Cause your husband was looking at that like, damn, I wanted to eat those beans too. But they just have, just a little extra flavor. That's all. It's just a little gamey. Oh, that sucks. Well, I feel for your husband, Joyce. Thank you for sharing that. That is awesome. Jamie says, "Nice, Ricardo. Ricardo, you're off for a while." Yeah, dude. I'm off for a little while, which is nice. I'm all about it. It's gonna be good because, like I said, it's been back to back since like the week before. Yeah, the week before National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Holy crap! Yeah, that's how long I've been back to back traveling, to the point where I think I came home for like a day and a half and flew out somewhere. I don't even remember now, but that's what I've had going on. Yeah. All right, let's jump in. Also, if you have any funny 911 stories, though, throw them in the comments because I read them verbatim. Sometimes I make up voices, and man, I can't say yet. Let's go down the line, okay? All right. So last week, I ended up going to. I fly out of Detroit. Okay, so I was at my hotel and everything, and I was working on a bunch of different things, and just getting ready to fly out. I was working on some stuff, studying my material and all, because I want to be prepared and have everything going. So that's what I was doing. I had to wake up super early to fly out, and all of that was good, which is kind of rare a little bit, because there's always something that happens. And technically there was a little bit that happened, but not like the usual stuff that happens. So I get into Detroit, and I don't know about all of you, but I always try to use the restroom before I leave, because I don't know, I don't want to go to the bathroom on the plane. It sounds stupid. Like, if I'm like really quick going to the bathroom, then yeah, that's fine. I don't want to be sitting there chilling though. No, no. So I call it a pregame. I pregame it. It's so stupid. But I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. You use the restroom before you get on the plane. And the only reason I bring this up, man, is because it never fails, okay? Two things happen, all right? I go to use the restroom. I have the door locked, and as you all know, I always talk about this. Oh, Ruth says, "Not stupid." I have to be dying before I use the restroom on the plane. I'm with you. I am with you, Rue. Yes. I know exactly what you mean. I'm the same way. Like, so so I go to use the bathroom, and as a lot of you know, flying out of Detroit, I've complained about it many times. The doors, I mean, they pop in, okay? And when you lock it, there's like a sliver, like maybe the width of like this coin for the lock to go in, to hold it. And if somebody is going in and they move the structure enough, it just pops out and the door opens, and you're like, okay, like someone could look in, you're oh my god, this is so stupid. But it's true, because I've had it happen to me before. So what I do now is I put my backpack, which I hate having to put my backpack on the floor. However, it I've got my laptop in it and stuff. So if for some reason it were to pop open, it would be hard for them to push it open because my backpack is pressing against it. Okay. So wait, Amy says, always brace a foot against the door if you have to use it. Very true. However, there is so much space. I would have to be like a rubber band or Inspector Gadget, like Go Gadget legs, to be able to do that, because there's that much space in those bathrooms in case you've got like a carry-on or something. It fits in there with you. So normally I would do exactly that, but there's so much space, there's no way. So that's why I have my backpack to push against the door, okay? And so I'm in there. I'm not in there long, and two dudes quickly on either side of me in stalls, just going to town, beast mode. And I'm like, why? Like, this happens every time. Just straight up beast mode. To the point where both of them are like groaning, like making, like they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, no, nobody wants to hear you, man. No one. Just do your thing and get out. Like, and then I hear someone else walking in, and they go, oh my God, every stall is so the person starts like pushing on each door. My door pops open. I'm like, God, not all the way. It just, it starts to pop, but because my backpack is there, so I was able to actually push my backpack to shut the door. But I'm like, bro, look at the locks. They're all red. That is that's why it's there, to tell you that people are in there. Don't push on the stupid door. It's funny now. It's funny now, but it wasn't at the moment. I swear. Something always, man, always. Now, the good thing is that my flight was nonstop and it was super easy, nothing going on. It was awesome. So I get there and I go to get my vehicle that I rented, and it was a Jeep Wrangler, which was very nice. It was a very nice one. I had a complimentary upgrade from Avis. Thank you, Avis. And I you can pick your vehicle right off the bat. So when I got there, I picked it off the app and I get to where the rental cars are, right? And I walk up as there's like two groups of people, like they had gotten a different Wrangler and there was another group that was standing by the one that I had already gotten. And I kind of, they're standing there and I walk up and just start putting stuff out. And I was like, this one's mine because I had already gotten it. And they're like, oh, like, yeah, no, I already got it. So choose another one. I didn't say that, but it was implied with the slow blinking, like, 'tis mine. Now, although it was very nice and very cool, what I didn't realize is that it was one of the hybrid electric ones, which was kind of odd, but it was sweet, man. If you ever get a chance, it was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. It was very cool. It was very peppy as well. I wasn't expecting it to be as fast as it was. I caught myself a couple times. I was like, you got to slow down, stupid. You're out of state and you are going to get a ticket. So during this time, I am trying to figure out my booklets and actually on the plane, I was trying to figure it out because I had sent them over to Aurora 911, who was hosting my 2 days class. And my dumbass didn't send the entire course booklet. Somehow I sent the front page. So the person that I was working with, she goes like, was there more to this or what? And I said, there should be 31 pages. And she goes, there's nothing here. So then I look at it again. I'm like, oh my God. Like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, what? So I sent her the right one, and there's like not enough time for anyone around there, not enough paper and dispatch and stuff to be able to print what I need. And then like the local shop, there would be like no time to do it. So I was like, oh crap. I have to go back to Office Depot just like I did for Kansas. So I found the nearest one, okay? I found the nearest one, and Rue says, dude, that reference made me feel old. The what? I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome. Oh man, I've missed all you guys. This is so much fun. I always love doing this with all of you. All right. Let me get back to it. So, I get to Office Depot. Okay, I walk in. There are, let's see, 3, 4, maybe 5 printers there. And Rue goes, I just sang that song with you. Yes, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, my friend. Yeah. I get in there. Okay. Now, if you saw one of the last open mics that I did, you know that I was in Kansas for my class and I did this as well. I had to print out 40 something booklets. No, 54 booklets. That's right. Because there were 50 people there or 52 or something like that. So I had to print out 54 booklets. Okay. I got it all done. and it was fine. It was good to go. Okay. This time I had to print out 90 booklets. So the person that was there, I said, so I'm going to be printing some stuff out. I'm just going to let you know that I'm probably going to run out of paper a couple times. And they're like, what are you printing? And I told them, and they're like, okay, because they were slammed with other things. Like there were so many people coming in that there would have been no way that they could have printed out my stuff while I was there. So I'm at my printer. I've got my thumb drive and I'm printing out all of the booklets, okay? Every single one of them. And there were people around me that were trying to use the other printers. So like any good neighbor, I don't know why I was going into the State Farm is there. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what that was about. So, geez. People are needing help. There's one person, no, two people that are running the print services, and they're so slammed. They're Lori. What's up, Lori? State Farm is there. She's like, way to go, Jake. Yes. Oh, geez. Kat. Hey, Kat, what is going on? Kat's over here on Instagram. I mentioned her earlier today. Kat, I said that you are one of the best humans, and I just loved having you on the podcast. So Kat is over here on Instagram. She's laughing. She's like, State Farm. Yes, that is exactly right. Lori says, what's up, brother? What's up, sister? How's it going? So what I was going to say was that so there's other people at the printers, okay? And they're waiting for help because they don't know how to use certain things. So I turned around and I said, "What is it that you're trying to do?" And they're like, "I'm just trying to pull this off my thumb drive." And I don't so I turned around as the booklets are printing out at the printer that I'm at, right? And I was looking at it, I said, "You need to go back a menu and okay, now press that, right? Okay, yep, just use that and you can pull it over. And if you need a staple on that, it does this and this." And they're like, "Do you work here?" And I said, "No, that's how many times I have used these printers that I know exactly how they work." Okay. And they're like, well, thank you. Thank you so much, because we would have had to wait for them. I was like, yeah, no problem. So I'm still printing out my booklets. Another person walks up as they see me helping this other group. And the dude goes, so like, I'm trying to print this out, but it's like through an email. And I'm standing there and I look at the menu and I said, oh, I said right here, it just shows. So if you forward this to that email address, you can pull it up. And he goes, oh, thanks, bro. Then I was like, no problem. So he went and he did his thing, okay? Other people are coming up asking for help. So I'm just helping everyone who's there as I'm printing these 90 booklets, okay? And I see the employees looking over at me as I'm helping, and they're just kind of looking. I'm like, then someone ends up coming up and they go, so can we print like pictures here? And I said, I'm sorry. And they said, can we print pictures from these printers? And I said, that I'm not sure. You're going to have to wait for them, but you're going to have to check in, and then wait off to the side. And then they're going to call you when they're ready. And they're like, oh, thank you. I'm so glad that I was able to ask you that question. Somebody that actually works here. And I'm just standing there and I don't work here. I've just heard them say that enough times while I've been standing here that I'm telling you what you need to do. Oh, I was like losing my mind because then I started troubleshooting one of the printers for somebody. How hilarious is that? And then hold on a minute. I want to look over here. There's stuff in the comments. Um, let's see. Kat says, volunteer employee, thought you were going to say, I see the employees having coffee and taking a break. Might as well have been, Kat. Like, for real. Let's see. Char says, "Oh boy, you should see if Office Depot has a credit card. You could gain some major reward points on your booklet misfortune." Dude, I do have a reward thing, and I don't know how many rewards I have now from printing all of this shit that I probably have something, something good. Amy says, should have put out a tip jar for real. Lori says, "You're a good man, Charlie Brown." Exactly. Oh, man. So here's the thing. So I was there for almost 2 hours, just about 2 hours. I helped out, I don't know how many people, maybe 10, and I ended up running out of paper twice, and the first printer, I repeat that, the first printer I was using ran out of toner. That is how much I was printing that it ran out of toner, and I had to switch it over. I had to switch over to another printer. I had like 10 copies left. Now remember, this is 90 copies with 31 pages each. That is how much I was printing. So that other printer that I left, somebody was walking over there and I said, "Oh, no, 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 don't use that one. It's not going to work because the toner is not there." So, not to bother the other folks, there was one printer that was down from the time that I got there. So when I needed paper again, I took paper from that printer and I just did it myself. I was just doing it myself after that because they were slammed. And I'm just working on all of it, helping to troubleshoot some of the printers, helping people print their own shit. And I finally finished. I finally finished, and the one last dude walks up and he goes, yeah, excuse me. And I said, "Yeah, what's going on?" And he goes, "Do you work here?" And I said, "No, I don't work here at all." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, I heard you helping all these people, and I thought you worked here." And I said, "I've just been here that long, and I've been using these printers that much that I know how to use it." So then he asked me a question, and I showed him how to do. I don't even remember what it was now, but I showed him how to do it. And he's like, "Thanks, man." And I was like, "I know, I deserve a raise." And then I got a clicker, and then that was it. I ended up leaving. Like I asked for one of their empty boxes, and they were like, "Yeah, you have a lot of stuff there." So I ended up getting one of the empty boxes, put all of my course material in there, went and paid for the clicker, and then I left. It was so crazy, man. But even with all of that, it felt good to help all those people. I don't know about any of you, any of those times that you've ever just kind of helped somebody out. That was fun. It was actually fun to do that and just like meeting those folks that were coming in that needed help and stuff. I think all of us in a position of service and such, we're just kind of like that. You know, it's funny, it's fun. At the time, I was like scrambling, like hoping that I could get all of this right. And but in the end it felt good. It was nice. Cat over here says it's our nature. Yes, I agree. Lori says doing the right thing always gives good feels. Yes, agreed. Agreed. It was cool. And then I got everything done and I came back to the hotel. See, my room wasn't ready yet. I ended up on my way from the airport airport to the hotel. I ended up getting a message on my app saying that my room was ready and all this other stuff. Just go pick up your key or whatever. So I went and the lady's like, "I don't know why they send that stuff out right away because your room's not ready yet." And I was like, "Okay, well, can I just leave my bag here? Because I need to go and run a few errands." And this was right before all of the course material and stuff that I just told you about. So when I went back, the room was ready, everything was good to go. And I think I just like door dashed some food and I was just studying um my material and everything that I had to do. So that ended up being fun. And then the next morning, man, I got ready to go and teach. Now I always get nervous. Always get like nervous, excited, maybe excited. I don't know. Either way, I always get a little nervous. Okay, I just want to do a good job, and I want to leave people with an experience because, like I tell all of the classes that I've taught, I could easily simply stand up here and just read off cards or whatever. But I want us to engage, I want you to have an experience. I want this to be fun, and I want you to learn and me learn from you, you learn from me, all of you learn from each other. Like that's what I want, because I remember being in dispatch and going to some trainings, and it was just bullshit where the person who's speaking is just trying to sell their books. They got that sleazy salesman type. Some of them didn't come from dispatch, others do come from dispatch, and they're just kind of reading, or they're just talking on whatever, and you're like, "Huh? I don't want that. I don't want that." I like to teach from, like, my own, like, personal experiences and stuff too, because I know a lot of you have been the same way, where, like, you want to connect with someone, whether it be those that are there in the, as the attendees, or Kat says death by PowerPoint. Yes, exactly. And I have a PowerPoint that I go to, but I'm those are basically like key points for people to be able to look at or take pictures of or whatever. And I'm just talking, sharing my experiences, my stories. I always like the type of speakers and teachers that give a piece of themselves, because that's the type of person I can relate to. That's the type of person I want to talk to. So that's why I try to teach the same way, because I want you to leave feeling something. I want you to leave with stuff that you can think about. Not just stuff that you can take back to your center, but stuff you personally can really think about, something that'll change you. And if you can learn from whatever it is, like my experiences, that's the best type of stuff. So that's how I do it. So that's why I say, I get nervous and everything, because I just want to do a good job and leave you with something that you'll be talking about in a good way. Right? Like a good thing, And let me look over here in the comments. Lori says, funny thing would have been if they had asked if you could stay over to cover breaks and lunch for them. Can you imagine? I'd be like, you better give me some free shit, man. Like, for real. Get some reward points. I don't know, something. Give me this clicker for free. That's like $60. Yeah, something, please. Amy says he should carry an Office Depot name tag when he travels. Yeah, I should. Rue says you were blessed and meant to do what you do. Moved me to tears. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it was also awesome having you in class when I was out there, and also to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Lori says death by monotone PowerPoint. Yes. Yeah, dude. I don't like doing that, because that shit bores me. And if I'm the teacher and I'm the one who's bored, of course you're going to be bored. No. And you know what I like as well is when we're all engaged and we're like sharing, different experiences and stuff. And then you've got other people in the room that are sharing theirs, and I can play off, everybody who's in there, almost like, a comedian does doing crowd work. It's kind of like that. And it's always fun. And both days were like that. Now I want to show a couple of pictures here. I just did an update. I hope this thing ends up working, because I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't after all of the other BS that I was doing. So let me see here. Let me see if I can share my screen. Yes. Okay. It looks like it's going to pull up here. All right. So this was day one class. Okay. And Holy crap, my screen looks gross. I apologize. So this is day one, okay? And this was an enormous building that we were in, okay? And this was just one of the rooms. So for the first class, I believe we had like 42 people in there. We were packed. It was a packed room. And this was just as people were coming in to get started, and it ended up being fully packed right after that. So um, there were so many things that were going on. One thing I want to mention really quick, because I'm looking at my notes here. There was one thing that I forgot. So I'm gonna leave this picture up here, but what I want to say though is that that first night when I got there to Colorado, I'm looking over my course material, right? And just, looking at different points and everything, just keeping it, fresh in my head. I've got the TV on, and I think it was like some, I don't know what document. It was A&E that was on at the time, and I had it turned down because I was just going through. I just had it in the background, right? And then I hear doot, 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 doot. The National Weather Service has, and I went, wait, what? And I look up at the screen. There was a tornado warning that was issued, and it looked like it was for the county that I was in. And I was like, hell no. The same thing happened when I was in Kansas. What is going on? So I'm sitting there, right? I'm sitting there, and I stood up really fast and I looked outside the window, and it looked gnarly, dude. Gnarly. And I hear like doors opening, like using the stairs, like people were going downstairs. And I was like, no, this isn't for us, is it? So I look on my phone, I look at the National Weather Service, I even look online. There's nothing. So I don't know if it was issued on accident, maybe it wasn't for the county that I was in after all, because it was definitely northeast, further northeast than where I was. And there was nothing on there, but on the TV, it did say the county, but it wasn't anywhere else. And that was the only time I saw it. And I went to look for it again, and there was nothing for the county that I was in. I was like, okay, am I hallucinating? Like, what the hell? Everything ended up being fine. There was nothing going on. So I don't know what happened, man. But because I was asking the next day as well, if anybody knew about it, and they're like, huh? Oh, hold on a minute. Over here, Teresa, what's going on? Over here on Instagram, Teresa says, "Did you wear your ruby red shoes?" No, I didn't. So that was the thing. I wish I would have. Kat says, "Oh no, get in the bathtub for real, dude." Yeah, but there wasn't anything going on after all. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. So going into the next day. So again, as we see this picture here, this is day one, and I had 8 hours, right? I had my 8-hour communications course. And you know what I love? What I love is when I start talking about what we are going to be doing throughout the day, the looks on the faces of the attendees. They're usually like this. Because this is not your usual communications course. You think about a communications course and you think, oh, we're going to probably be talking about effective, communication, active listening, and like all of these things, which there are a couple pieces in there, but it's like one slide. That's it. The rest of the communications piece is really us learning how to, one, communicate with each other, okay? Bridge that gap between seasoned and new 911 professionals, but also seasoned, right? And also sharing our stories, because a chunk there in the beginning is peer support. And then we just start communicating, and a lot of it too is I'm trying to help people get more comfortable talking about what it is that they do, but more importantly, why they do what they do. Because I know a lot of us, we end up at one point or another, because we're taking all of these calls, right? There's always that when someone asks you about what you do, everyone is always like, oh, God. Because you know what question they're going to ask, and which is, what is the worst call you've ever taken? Or what's the craziest call you've ever taken? So, what I'm trying to do in this course as well, especially through the recruitment, through the power of storytelling, is to get you comfortable where if someone asks you that question, that mindset is now changed where it's not, oh God, I want to say this. It's more so feeling comfortable with talking about what it is that you do. Because you don't have to share the worst call. You can say something to the effect of, I've taken some calls that are so bad that I have had nightmares, and I don't want you to have to live through that. But I can tell you a funny call or a funny, crazy call or outrageous call. And a lot of times that is what people want to know more. But also, the way you talk about what it is that you do, that is the impression and perception that you end up leaving on whoever it is that you're sharing a story with, or simply what it is that you do. So that's a lot of what this class or this course is about as well. It's seriously, the way I have it written, and it really is, it's a roller coaster of emotions. There's so many different things, so many different stories that you hear from myself, but also things that you share with each other. A lot of people end up coming out of it feeling just like refreshed and rejuvenated, man. Like, what I tell people in my class is that my hope is that by the time we get to the end of the course, you are holding your head up high and proud of what it is that you do, because not a lot of people can do it. And also, if you haven't heard it lately, thank you for what it is that you do. There's a lot that's covered in the course, and it is so much fun, man, to be there with all of you and to meet you and hear some of your stories, hear what it was like for you in the beginning, but also to hear a lot of you when you're in the groups, when you're in the discussions, talking to each other and listening to all of you relate, but also maybe hearing some things that you have not heard before. One example was, hearing someone talk about like punch cards, and another person who's newer, like, what is that? But hearing them connect and talk about that, it's like, it's just the coolest thing, man. And I love doing this course. And the course, basically what it is for all of these years, I've been teaching 1 hour classes, and it's all now combined in one 8 hour course, but expanded. And the amount of engagement that we're doing, I mean, a lot of it, like, people are writing notes, right? People are taking pictures from the screen, like any class, but there is so much engagement that we're doing and hearing ideas and how people are doing things in other places. People are leaving with friends from other agencies that they didn't know before. And it's, oh man, I can't explain it. That's how much fun I have with all of you. So if you have been in my course, thank you for being there, and that you had so much fun with everything. And a lot of it too, it feels almost like and it's a back to basics on communications, but through the power of storytelling. And that's why it's different. Like I said, some of the pieces, yeah, it's a refresher. It's a back to basics on communications, but it's the way that it's done and presented that makes it that much different. Like, people couldn't do this class the way I'm doing it, only and they would be able to do a version of it, right? But not the same way, because you don't have the stories that I have. You don't have the experience that I have. So that is what I use, just talking from my experience and how I've lived through a bunch of these things. And like I said, I want you to have an experience when you're going through it and leave with a thought like, damn, like I really do a good job, that I'm in a profession that not a lot of people can do. And there's just so many elements to it, but I'm going to leave it at that. I had so much fun with all of you. I want to look back over here. Amy says, sounds like an amazing course. Thank you. I appreciate that. She also says, always answer, or I never answer that question, but I'll tell you one of the funnier ones. Yes, exactly. And Ruth says, I think I want to hear people's worst stories because I am an empath and a healer. I want to take people's pain away. Yes, there you go. Exactly. Lori says, I cannot wait for this course to go statewide here in North Carolina. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about as well. It'll be so much fun. I've had so much fun doing this all over the place, especially North Carolina. We had so much fun out there, but man, Colorado, like rival, like, I mean, everywhere. Kansas, Ohio, everywhere, every single state that I've done this, you are all there on that same level. And it's just been so much fun to be there with you. Thank you so very much. Lori says, our folks said it was a reaffirmation of their why. Yes, that right there. Exactly. Yes. Yes, that. That's what it's all about. Kat says, there are so few who understand what we do, and to see the light bulb go off is exciting when talking about what we do. Yes. And she also says, I will talk about anything they want to hear, usually leads to a deeper conversation. Right. That's what I love, man. That's why I love doing all of this and doing this with all of you. So we're here, right? This is the picture. This is day one. And the group in the upper left-hand corner, okay, are folks from Aurora 911. So I'm probably going to butcher this. And if you guys are watching right now, throw it in the comments, because one of the things they started doing, and it's not with everyone yet, they started doing this, and so people end up having either a vegetable name or a fruit name, okay, to represent them, and a spirit animal. This is true. This is right. This is something that they do, okay? And I thought it was one of the funniest and coolest things. Now again, not everyone has it yet, but they started doing this and it became a thing. So towards the end of the day, I ended up getting my fruit as well as my spirit animal. So I will tell you what that is. So through the folks at Aurora 911, I am a strawberry and an elephant. That's right. Strawberry and an elephant. That is what I am. And wait, Cat says fainting goats and pineapple. Oh man. Yeah, no, seriously. Like again, if you're with Aurora and you're watching, I think there might be someone watching over here on Instagram, possibly, who knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Again, it's either a fruit or a vegetable that represents you, and a spirit animal. Mine is a strawberry and an elephant. Now, I asked how they get this, and they were just like, yeah, it just kind of comes out. And I said, okay. I said, well, why am I wait, and Helika, she goes, me, yes, and yes, the elephant walk. Oh my God. Oh, damn it, Angelica, you broke me. Oh my God. Okay, so I I asked I said, like, why? Why strawberry? Now, again, like I said, when they pick these, it's just like out of nowhere, right? It's just whatever like comes to mind. And I forget exactly how it started. Like somebody was sitting with a blanket. It was a blanket that looked like a tortilla or something. And someone said they looked like a spud, like a potato or something. I'm sure I'm butchering that. But it was something to that effect, okay? And then they added the spirit animal. So I asked, I said, why the strawberry? And they said, I don't know. It just seemed to like fit with you. But then there was an explanation. They said, because strawberries flourish in the light. And they said that I was kind of the same way, like being up there talking, like being in that light and helping people, like, flourishing. And I was like, I like that. Like, that's pretty good. Like, that was deep. I dig that. Okay, very cool. And then I said, what about the elephant? So here's the thing. If you've never been in one of my classes, well, obviously you've not seen it, but when I'm talking, okay, I talk with my hands a lot, right? But when I walk back and forth and I'm looking at the audience in different spots because I want you to know that I am I'm paying attention to all of you and I'm directing, what I'm saying to each section that's in the room so that engaging all of that shit, right? But when I'm telling the story or trying to get a point across or having some sarcasm to what I'm saying, I kind of bounce a little bit when I'm talking and making a point. So so apparently that I looked like an elephant walking. Also, because what I talk about is the elephant that's in the room, okay? Also, because the stories and as much detail as I use, I have an excellent memory. But elephants, they're, kind of slow in the way they do things, patient, but when they need to be firm to get a point across, they do so. And that is me. And I thought, that is perfect. So every time I was telling a story and I started moving, I started laughing because I could picture of me as an elephant. just like just going through the motions, man. It was hilarious. It was awesome. So, to everyone who was there on day 1 out of Aurora, who gave me the names and, everything that represented to I can't even talk, represented me. Thank you. That I honestly I feel honored. So thank you all of you because now I'm part of that with all of you. That was a really cool thing and thank you so much. That was a lot of fun, man. And it also what was really fun too was that and I don't know if you can see it. So, I don't know if you can see where, like, the cursor is moving, but back here in this corner was a group they were all going through the academy, okay? And they were sitting back there, and they were listening to, like, all of these stories, like, people who had taken some of these harder calls, of course, and then the funnier ones, and then, there's a part where we break up into, groups, and they called me over and I said, "Yeah, what's going on?" They're like, "We're all in the academy right now." And I said, "Oh, well, that's great. That's awesome." And they're like, "Well, no, we're not sure how to do this part." And I was like, I said, "You actually have a really good a part in this because and especially when I go from table to table to see what everybody learned and all this other stuff, what you're learning from each other in this specific discussion, um, you already like you can talk about what it was that inspired you to be in this profession." And they're like, "Oh, okay." So then they had a lot to talk about and it was really cool to have everyone that was in there for however many years, but then these folks who were just starting out as well to go through, and everyone is learning from each other. And it was just so much fun. Again, thank you all so very much. I enjoyed being there with each and every one of you. So Strawberry and Elephant, that's me. All right, so I want to throw another pic. We're gonna go over, okay? It's already been an hour, but we're gonna go over, and I hope you are all okay with that. I'm gonna be here either way because I've got, like I said, we have a lot to talk about. So, day 2, I want to put this picture on the screen, and actually, yeah, when I put it on here, I want to make it the bigger picture. So here it is, okay? This is day 2 now. When they told us that we were going to be in the chamber, I didn't realize that it was this room, okay? This room is enormous. It seats 300 people, and we had like just over 40 people. And yes, Rue, yes, it was an awesome freaking room, man. Again, I didn't realize this was the room that we were going to be in. When I got there, I went around the corner and I just happened to peek inside from the outside, and I saw the stairs going down and those big screens. I was like, what the hell? Like, what? And then I went in and I said, this is the room that we're in? And they're like, yeah, isn't it cool? I was like, it is amazing. So this was day 2, all right? And everyone that's there, they're all broken up into groups because I took this picture while they were in their groups doing the discussions and stuff, talking about different milestones, you know, and key challenges and all these different things when you're first starting out. And so they're going through all of that. But again, there's about 40 people. Everybody was sitting in that center spot, except for, you know, there was folks up front. And then they're, like you see here in the screen, they're broken up into all of their groups. But it was one of the coolest things, man. Let's see over here. And Angelica says, we loved having you. Yay! She goes, thank you for the insight and the wisdom. Great elephant. Oh, thank you so much. I want to say something really quick. About a year ago, a couple months, it was a year ago, a couple months ago, I wasn't sure that I was maybe in the right spot, you know, with everything that I was doing. Like, don't get me wrong, I was enjoying everything that I was doing. I was loving what I was doing and what I still continue to do. But I wasn't sure if I should go into like the teaching aspect, you know, being an instructor. And a few months ago, in March at the ranch, I had a long drive. Now I know I talked about this already. I want to mention this. I drove to Texas for that ranch that was out there. And Kat was there. There was a bunch of people there, and I just, even though I had done this class already, like in Ohio, and everybody loved it and stuff, I still wasn't sure, like, should I be doing this? And I just kept grinding, you know, and I kept doing everything I was doing, and things were all coming together. And when I was going to Texas, I had a lot of thinking, and I'm there at the ranch and went through all of it. And people just kept saying, like, man, you're doing what you're supposed to, like, you're in the right place. And it just really solidified it from the ranch all the way up until now. Everybody in Kansas, everyone in North Carolina, everyone in Idaho, and then everyone, all of you there in Colorado. And I've said this a lot lately, and I will continue to say this. You are all my why. You're my reason. Okay? Since the beginning, you've all been my reason for what I do. Because if I can leave 911 and everything in a better place than when I found it, damn it, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to continue to share your stories because people need to know. And also, it helps people not feel alone, man. There's so much that has happened throughout my story up until now, and all of you have been a part of that. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you and your support. But again, you're all my why, and I'm glad that I threw that fear out of my head and pushed forward, and through conversations with many of you, and you know who you are, that I continued and went the instructor teacher route because I fucking love doing this with all of you. It is so much fun. Yeah, I'm not in there anymore and I'm not doing that technology piece, but everything that I teach on, everything that I talk about, everything that I do, that is the foundation of being a 911 professional. And the mental health and wellness aspect, all of you being able to get your stories out. If I can help you be more comfortable by sharing my story so that you can share your stories and inspire others, that is what I'm going to do. So thank you, all of you. You're my why. Whew. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a little tangent there, but I just reading what Angelica said and everything. I need all of you to know that, man, and I hope you know, and will always know that you guys are my reason. I don't do this for the money. Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know I need to make money so that I can live, for my family can live and all of that. But I don't do this for the money. I'm not like others out there that hide it somehow. And that is what they're doing. I'm not down with that shit. I do this for all of you guys, and you're my reason. I love having fun with all of you. It's just like this whole open mic live. Imagine listening, the move, all of it. Since the beginning, it's been to give back. And it's been an amazing experience. Whew. Let's see. Ruth says, I'd have been nervous to speak. It gives. Wait, me or you? I think I read it wrong. But yes, I mean, I have been as well. Amy says, your passion to share your story and allowing us to tell ours is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just all of this has just been, it just has been awesome. Oh, Ruth says, the room. I said, I'd been nervous this, yes, dude, I was nervous when I got into the room. So here's the thing. The acoustics are amazing in there, right? But when you're in there with everyone, when I was walking up front, in front of that centerpiece that's there by the screens, the audio, like what you hear is different. So when you walk out there, it's more like concentrated, but when you're stepped back around that table, that's right there, like where the podium is by the screens, it's like loud. It was the craziest thing, but very cool. It was pretty awesome. Sandy says, you're awesome, Ricardo. This was my life for almost 40 years. And I would have loved any career more, or I wouldn't have loved any career more. You bring amazing focus on this profession. Thank you so much. It's been my mission since the beginning to do so, all the way back from 2010, man. Yeah. That's how long I've been doing this. And it has been such a great experience. So day 2 was awesome to be there with all of you in this big ass room. So much fun, so many stories shared, so many experiences, the amount of engagement, just all of it. Every single time I have taught this from the beginning in Ohio all the way up to now, there's been so much engagement. And I think that's what makes it the most fun. is because everyone is talking and adding their own things in, and sometimes we end up like there's a few times where we were like going off and I had to like reel people back in. I'm like, okay. Like we're going off on a different edge, which I love doing as well because I always like to almost like a challenge to try to bring it all back in, right? And it's always fun. I always love when that happens. And it doesn't I've seen other instructors who end up getting all pissy and shit, and you're like, what are you doing this for if you can't like bring yourself back to it? Like, come on. That's what makes it fun. Or maybe I'm just the only one, but that's what makes it fun to me, man. Is sometimes when we go off on something and then you got to reel it back in and go back to the point. And sometimes some of those side conversations really fit in with the point that you're trying to make or whichever, or it goes full circle. And again, that is the stuff that I love. That's why I love doing this. So that was excellent. Okay. So I go through that with everyone. We go through the day. Again, it's 8-hour day, a lot of fun. And then I go out to see my homie, Connor, at South Metro 911. Okay. Now there were two attendees that were there as well, Sarah and Laura. And we had fun. They had fun in the class with me and stuff. What I didn't realize, I don't even know why I didn't put two and two together, but they all work at the same center. But check this out, okay? You've got to see this. All right, let me share this on the screen. That's their logo. Yeah, dude. Never seen, always heard. Emergency communications. Freaking Sasquatch. Or the Yeti, the same shit. That's their logo, man. That that was really cool. It was fun to go there, to see their center, to see the way it's set up and everything. And I met Liam, Dustin, and Justin, and I don't remember if it was Dustin or Justin. I think it was Dustin. He had this sweet stash, man. It looked like Hook, like from the movie Hook, the way he had it all like curled up like hooks. Dude, bro, if you're seeing this again, well done. Epic stash. I told him like 2 or 3 times and he's like, "Oh man, thanks." But it was true. It was pretty epic, man. It was awesome. And let's see, Bruce over here is like, "Oh, that's dope." Yeah, it is, man. It is. It was really cool. Like the whole center was cool. But this was their logo. They have it everywhere. And so let me see here. I've got a couple other pictures. Um so this is right outside of their center, okay? And this was the other cool thing too is that when I've gone to teach and stuff, I've been able to go to wait, definitely beats our I'm going to show that here in just a minute, Bruce. um it I've been able to go to a lot of different centers and check out how they do things and how it looks and compared to my old center and everything or where I started out as well. But this is right outside their dispatch center. So let me put this up on the screen. Excuse me. This is outside of their dispatch center. It is enormous. It doesn't look like it from this picture, but it's enormous. You could see it from outside. Very cool, man. That is really cool. They had the logo on like on the back of their chairs, and they've got patches, stickers. I got some stickers, and I might be getting a patch as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But this was there. This was there. I thought it was really cool, man. And also, I didn't get a chance to bring this out during either one of the classes, but I brought it out at the end. And when I went to South Metro, now I did have this with me when I was at Aurora, But we had so much stuff going on. I didn't even get a chance to get pictures with anybody with it. So I want to put this on screen really quick. Boom. So that's Sarah, Laura, and Connor right there. Each one of them with a picture or a picture with the I Am 911 championship belt that my homie, my dispatch homie and sister of the Thin Gold line, Stacy D, made for me, who is she's a dispatcher out of Alaska. And she too has a belt like this. She had one made for her and it says Stacy D on the bottom. And I'm going to get to see her at National APCO in August. And we're going to be taking some tag team pictures, boy. Yeah, it is going to be awesome. But yeah, I had my championship belt with me, and each one I got a picture of each one of them with it. So that was a lot of fun too, man. Again, I had it with me in in the room that I was in at Aurora, but there was so much stuff going on that I did not get to bring it out to get pictures with people with it on. So that was a lot of fun. That was cool being there with them. And I enjoyed it very much so. And also, Connor, if you are watching, bro, thank you for the suggestion of Vinalazzo's, I think it was called. It was a small little taco joint. Bro, those were the best barilla tacos that I have ever had. Also, I got one of the Mexico Cokes, the bottled ones, but it was a liter. It was one of the big ones. And I was like, I asked him in Spanish if they had the smaller one. He's like, nope, these are the ones we have. He goes, it makes it better though, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, I wasn't expecting to take down that much. But let me tell you, the Cokes from Mexico that are in those bottles taste way better than the ones that are here. I just the sugar's different. I don't know what it is, but dude, those are the ones. If you're gonna get them, find those. Those are the ones. But damn it, those tacos, holy hell, they were so good. I destroyed those things, and then I was super full afterwards. So the next day, I go to Aurora 911 because, and those who are watching who might be interested in that 8-hour course, it's 1 or 2 days, right, of the course, however we plan it out. But the 3rd day or 2nd day, again, depending on how many days I'm there, the last day, I'll just say the last day, I come to your dispatch center. I record episodes with some of your dispatchers who would like to share a story, only like 20, 25 minutes just to highlight, them, share their story. But also I go through and I kind of film the center, just B-roll stuff, right? Just to kind of highlight them. So they had me set up in a room and I recorded 5. I'm going 4, 5. I'm like a little kid, man. When they're like, "How old are you?" And you're like, 5. 5. I don't know why I went 4. I was thinking about the days that I was there is what it was. So I was there. I recorded all those episodes, which was so much fun with all of you to record those. Reina was the first one, and then I believe it was Pam and Bess, and then Mario and Joey, and then Marlene. God, it was so much fun with all of you to be in there and recording those episodes and everything. I had a good time. Thank you for the hospitality. Your center is amazing. So many cool things. And also, who can say that they have this in their center? Bro, they got a disco ball up in that piece. A disco ball. And it was going. This will be part of the video that I end up posting soon. I walked in, but here's the other thing, okay? right away, when you walk in to the center, just like my good friends over at Eaton County, you walk in and there are pictures and awards, which I love that. Right off the bat, celebrating their people. So I got video of that. They've got their awards in there, their Phoenix, like all kinds of stuff, their tree of life, and then their roster, like all the pictures of the people that work there. Very cool. It was awesome. And then you walk into the center and then you see the disco ball there, which was cool. I got video of it. I don't think I got video of myself going like this. Everybody was working. I don't know that anybody saw me kind of like getting down a little bit, but it was cool, man. Because like, how can you be, kind of in a bad mood or whatever, seeing that disco ball? You're like, let's party, like let's go, let's do this. So that was really cool. Tina, the director there, she kept telling me, she goes, you got to see the disco ball, and I got a chance to. Now Tina wasn't there; she was in Texas at the ranch with my good friend Joe Serio and a lot of other great 911 professionals doing like this culture course out there. So I'm over here at her place while she's over there in Texas. But this was really cool. And then there was something else that happened as well. I'm gonna play this video. Let me switch the audio here really quick so that you can hear it. I don't think there's a lot that I say, but I want you to at least hear this here. All right. So I look like I'm about to swear. Let me switch this. Okay, now that so that you can see it all. So I had heard about this in one of the classes, and I thought they were joking when they mentioned this emotional support animal. Now they do have a dog there as well, and but this was a different animal, okay? And if you know my good friends Teresa, who has all kinds of reptiles and stuff, which is awesome, and then my good friend Heather, who has Nugget the skunk, this was different here. I want to introduce you to Muffin, okay? Again, this is at Aurora 911 out of Colorado. And I got to meet Muffin in between one of the episodes that I was recording. All right, here we go.
My daughters are going to freak out. Look, this is Muffin. Hi. This is awesome.
I want to play that again. It's just a few seconds. I'm going to play it again.
My daughters are going to freak out. Look, this is Muffin. Hi. This is awesome.
How cool is that? And little lamb. That was so cool. And my daughters did freak out. I showed it to them and they're like, that's so cute. They're like, it looks so soft. It was very soft. Yes. That was the coolest thing. That is Muffin. That was a lot of fun. I love how there's a lot of centers that are, they're branching out. Like dogs are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. But like to see all of these different animals, reptiles, skunks, lambs, like, dude, for real? That is the coolest thing right there. Now, I do want to show this picture as well. Because I just happened to I snagged this as a screenshot, so I just want to show this really quick here. Oh, dude, that was so much fun. And Muffin was just kind of like coming up to me, as you saw in the video, and she's just kind of like by me, and I was like, oh, I already feel awesome. So thank you. That was really cool. And again, to be there with all of you, that was excellent. Had such a good time. Now, We had lunch, right, that was catered in and everything, but there was so much, that was, like I said, that was going on, like recording and everything else that, 1, I didn't get a chance to eat, and I recorded all 5 episodes, and then I did all the B-roll and everything that I was doing, then I'm like, "Alright, I gotta go," and, because I needed to haul ass to the airport to make my flight. Luckily, as I'm getting there to return my car, um, I got a message that it was gonna be delayed like 20 minutes. I was like, "Oh, great." That worked out perfectly because I was able to get through. Actually only took me about 10, 15 minutes to get through all of it, which if you've ever gone through the Denver airport, you know that is rare to get through that fast because it's a pretty busy one, man. But I got through, good to go, and get on the plane finally, and, when we take off, usually the pilots, they'll end up telling you, or the captain rather will tell you over the intercom, "Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy one as we first take off, but, don't worry about it. We should level out," or what. They didn't tell us shit. They didn't tell us. Nope. As soon as we took off, for 15 minutes straight, dude, that turbulence was horrible. Like, my food was up here. That's how crappy it was. And the lady who was sitting next to me, she goes, "Remember when I was talking about how I hadn't eaten all day because I've been traveling and jumping planes and trying to get home?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "If this keeps up like this for the whole flight, I'm not gonna wanna eat at all." And I said, "I feel your pain." In my head, I was like, "Don't talk to me for a moment, please. I'm trying not to vomit." It was horrible, man. It was not, I mean, it was just like, "Ka-kun, ka-ka-ka, ka-ka-ka, ka-ka-ka-kun," and then for a moment, it was just like, "Run." But that moment where there was no sound and it felt like you were just floating and nothing else, that was some scary shit. Because when it took off again, it dropped and, like, my stomach went up into my throat, and I'm like, "Ugh." Dude, it was horrible. But after that 15 minutes, man, it didn't happen again. It was all good. Now, I did get to help a little bit at the end because the 2 people who were to my left, they had like 10 minutes, man, from when we landed, and we were sitting all the way in back for them to get to their flights. So because I fly out of Detroit so much, I was able to tell them exactly, when we land, you have to go to the left and you have to go to the right. There's going to be a fountain. And like, I'm telling them all of this, and they're like, "Thank you so much." I, I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, I know what it's like. And I know a lot of you know what it's like too when you have to make that connecting flight and you have to get there as fast as possible. And because I know that side of the airport so well, I was telling them exactly where to go. I don't know if they made it. I hope they made it. I hope the 2 of you made it. But it felt good to help them as well. The whole week was amazing. And as we go into the wrap up of this open mic live, thank you, Aurora 911, for bringing me out, for hosting my class, Keep Broadcasting Your Message, and to all of you, the 80 or so people who were there, who attended the class. Thank you for what you do. And I'm going to tell you again, and all of you who are watching, I say this in every class and I will continue to, and I've said it on here before, but I'm going to say it again. One voice can make a difference. One voice can change the world. And I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about all of you. Every single one of you who attended the class, not just in Colorado, but every single state, and all of you who are watching and listening right now. One voice, your voice, can change the world. And even if you feel like it's not big enough or important enough or whatever to change the world, I believe it. And also think about this. Your voice, at the very least, can change the world of your caller. And that's how much power you all have in your voice. So remember that. Hold your head up high. Not a lot of people can do what it is that you do. And I'm so damn proud of all of you. Every single person who came out, who was engaging, every single one of you were engaging. You added something to each and every one of the pieces of the course and the stories that you shared. And even if you didn't share one, it's okay because you were there in support of each other. And that is what it's all about. So thank you. And thank you for allowing me to play a small part in your 911 journey. It's not something I take lightly, and it is truly an honor. I had so much fun with all of you, and I've had so much fun with all of you tonight. It has been so good. There's so much more to come, and I'm excited for all of it. So keep doing what you do, man. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, Alito Next Gen Core Services, and everyone who subscribes and all of you watching, listening, supporting. Thank you so much. Ruth says, Small, you play a huge part. Well, I thank you. I thank you for that. I just love what I do. And I love all you guys and what you do. And I'm happy that I'm able to be a part of it. When I say it's an honor, I don't just say it to say it. It really is. I never thought I would be where I'm at. I never thought back in 2010 when I had that put out that first version of everything that I do now, that it would be what it is today. This shit doesn't happen overnight. It comes from a lot of consistent work, discipline, and failure. Failure. Tons of times I failed. But I believed in this. I believed in me, and I believe in all of you. And all it takes is taking that first step. Because for me, I don't want to be that old man years from now staring at the sky, wishing I would have done something, wishing that I would have done this or that. What if? No, I don't want that. I don't want regrets. I don't want that shit to eat me up. What I want is to be that old man years from now looking at the sky smiling, saying, I did it. I fucking did it. And I had fun doing it. That right there. That's what it's all about. If you ever have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on the show, you can email us, and that is going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is wttpodcast@gmail.com. And you can see this on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and Instagram for the flagship show. You can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Also, to reach everything that I mentioned, you can simply go to the link that's on the screen right now, and that's links.co/WTT podcast, and that's links with 2 I's.co/WTT podcast, and you'll find everything there: email, social media, the latest episode, where to buy Imagine Listening, the book, where to pre-order book number 2 that comes out August 4th of 2024 at National APCO Conference in Orlando. The book is done. It's out. It's going through the motions, and it's going to be coming out this August, and I'm so excited. And there's a section at the end that I am super excited for all of you to see, because it's something that people have been asking about for a while. And you'll see what it is soon enough. You can also get any podcast or dispatch merchandise. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see it there. You can also become a supporter or subscriber on Patreon or whichever. It's all on there. Again, it's links with 2 I's.co/WTT podcast. And I had so much fun with all of you. Bruce, thank you for everything. It was so much fun there with all of you guys. And I'm excited for all of the episodes to come out that are recorded with Aurora, but also the Imagine listening sessions that that I have. Like I said, there's like 14 or so episodes of just Imagine listening sessions that I have coming out. That's on top of all of the interview episodes that I've done as well. This is like months worth of content that is going to be coming out, and you'll see them coming one by one by one. I think I'm going to do the next one, like I said, Imagine listening, and then I'll do an interview one, and then and just keep going back and forth like that as it's going. Plus, the standalone Imagine listening podcast is coming to you soon as well. And I cannot wait for you to listen to that. Oh man, that is going to be something. Again, thank you all so very much. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good night.